Toon Jam. Toon Jam. Hello and welcome to Toon Jam. I'm Matt.
And I'm J-Matt.
And today we are talking about Steven Universe. Possibly the newest animated series we've covered on the show.
To us.
Yes, since we've left our previous confines of the 90s, we are spreading out, going all across time.
All over time.
So we thought one of our first outings into the future,
Yes.
if you're still sitting in the 90s, would be Steven Universe. We've done a couple of noughties and teenies, if you will, in our Patreon episodes. So we kind of have covered similar area before, but this is the first time we're doing Steven Universe. It is an American animated television series created by Rebecca Sugar for Cartoon Network. And it's Cartoon Network's first animated series to be created solely by a woman.
Oh.
It's the coming-of-age story of a young boy named Steven Universe who lives with the Crystal Gems, magical humanoid aliens, in the fictional town of Beach City. The series premiered in 2013 and ran for 5 seasons, finishing in January 2019 with a movie that was released not so long ago in September of the same year. An epilogue limited series also premiered in December. There have been a total of 160 episodes, with 10 more to be made, finishing it off, I believe. The show has a broad fan base and has been critically acclaimed for its design, music, voice acting, characterization, and prominence of LGBTQ themes and science fantasy world building. It's also been nominated and won a few awards as well. So an interesting one to visit.
Yeah.
I suppose, going straight into it, this is a cartoon from a time where cartoons aren't just made for all kids.
Yeah.
Broad kid. Like back in the 90s or before, it would just be like, you make cartoon. Kids is just an entire category of its own. Like, kids, you know, it's not like some people like action movies, some people like horror movies. Kids like what kids like.
Yeah.
This is a new time, really, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's different. So we are obviously not their target audience.
Nope.
Anyway, because we're not kids. But it's always going into stuff like this. Obviously, a lot of things before we maybe saw when we were kids at some point.
Yeah.
But do you have any preconceptions of this show? Have you seen it before? Do you have any memories of it? Or
I've only seen little clips of it from flicking through Cartoon Network and stuff. So I've seen like 5 minutes of it or whatever. But it's not one that I've sat and watched properly until.
Yeah, I know. Obviously, I knew of it, having, run a comic book shop before. We would have seen free comic book day issues and stuff. They didn't do many in the UK, as I remember, because of the rights or whatever. But we'd seen fans of it and stuff. But I'd never ever watched it or read anything of it or played any games with it or anything. So no idea what it was going in. And we just went straight in on, was it season 1 episode 13?
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah. Too Many Birthdays.
Too Many Birthdays. Pretty simple concept.
Yeah.
So he's a half gem.
I think so. Yeah.
Gem, is it?
Yeah, I think that's what they call it.
Yeah. Half human. But they age like ridiculously long, so they don't have birthdays. No. They live forever almost. Not forever, but for ages. And he does have birthdays, so he's like, oh yeah, let's celebrate a birthday together.
Yeah.
And then he just starts aging.
Yeah.
Weirdly.
Yeah, it's very strange.
Just starts jumping up and down his age. But it's because of his gem powers and his emotional ties
to
his
it. Emotional. Yeah, so he starts feeling old, doesn't he? And then that sort of turns him physically old.
Yeah.
And then the reverse as well. Is also pretty cool.
So they basically becomes like a really old man, and they have to try and figure out how to get him back down to young kid Stephen.
That's it. Yeah, so it's a pretty simple premise.
Pretty simple premise.
Like a very cartoon style premise.
And it's got sort of a similar feel to like Adventure Time sort of thing.
Yeah.
Though far more mellow.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it's got that obscureness to it. I think.
Yeah. It's a very I think his character seems like he's a very friendly guy, and he's got that sort of kid's curiosity, hasn't he? Where it's just like he sort of pictures things like, oh, we'll do this, and then that'll be easy, and then whatever. But obviously, like the world kind of steps in to be like, it doesn't work like that. And so that's kind of how he comes across a lot of the stuff, because he's really trying to sort of cheer them up, and it's not really working. And this one, like, he tries some clown stuff,
and they don't really understand a lot of the stuff he's doing. So like his humour, his clown stuff, like you say, dresses up as a clown, and they just don't get it.
No, they just don't know what's going on. Yeah, and they're quite weird characters, aren't they?
Yeah. So you've got one's like some sort of steg woman.
Yeah.
Wellard.
Yeah, she's Garnet.
Garnet.
Yeah.
So she's the odd one.
And she's voiced by a British R&B singer, Estelle, which is like the weirdest voice casting I've ever seen since like I don't know when. It's just like, what a strange.
It's just weird.
Yeah.
Like, but it
like,
works.
Yeah, she did that like American Boy song. Yeah. It's pretty good.
Yeah.
And then there's one of them. Is one of them Quartz, or is one of them?
I really don't know the names of that.
Yeah.
Other than seeing this is the first I'd seen of it. They're short episodes, aren't they? Like 10 minutes or something.
Because they're all based on like obviously actual gems and stuff. Yeah.
So there's one that's like just a bit of a, just a bit messy.
Yeah. Don't
really care.
Yeah.
That's what I'm taking just from this episode.
Yeah.
And then one that's pretty like uptight.
Yeah.
Not necessarily uptight, but.
Yeah. I think one of them's Amethyst. I think she's the purple one.
That's like the messy one, isn't it?
Purple, yeah. Pinky purple, yeah.
Yeah, and they look after Steve. Is it if his parents died or something?
I think his dad's still alive. I only know that because I saw a bit of an episode with his dad in. But then he's not in this episode, are they? Like he's just hanging out with the gems. Yeah. So they sit there sort of like just looking after him, it seems. It's a weird concept, I think, in a way.
Yeah, it is.
I know it's kind of good in a way because I'm sure I've heard that kids have learned about crystals and stuff like that, because they are real things. Like through Steven Universe, because it kind of teaches it in the same way that like if anyone said to people our generation, name 4 Renaissance painters, you'd be like Leonardo. So that's quite cool that there's something there that you just kind of organically learn. That's quite a cool feature to it. But otherwise it just seems like a very odd thing to like bring into the thing. But
I suppose
you can do whatever,
as
can't
odd
you?
as anything, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like, but
But he seems like a jolly enough protagonist.
Yeah, I mean I hate his flip flops.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it's lame.
Just absolutely upsets me that he's wearing flip flops all the time.
All the time.
But it did make me laugh that when he was dressed up as a clown, he had clown-sized flip flops.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
That was pretty funny.
Yeah.
I've never watched anything like it. I almost felt like an old man watching it. You know, you just feel like it's the first cartoon I've ever watched that I felt like this is going over my head.
It did feel out of place watching it.
I didn't really laugh much. No. I don't know if I was supposed to or not. It didn't seem very funny.
I couldn't tell whether, because like once the aging stuff happened, it started to feel like it was trying to get serious. Because it was just like, oh no, he's gonna like deteriorate or whatever, and because he becomes really really old at some point, doesn't he? To the point where he's like basically on his deathbed, and they're having to like try and come up with solutions to try and get him to feel younger. So it was like, oh, they're trying to do the emotional thing. So like, oh, maybe it's meant to be like a sad.
I don't know. Like it's hard to say, isn't it? I felt like it went over my head a little bit. There's certain things, I suppose it wasn't really, I didn't get a lot of what I feel like the show's supposed to be about from this episode.
No.
I don't know what episode I mean, that's the trouble. We've never watched it. We just went in on a random episode, which, you know, that's the whole point. But I suppose it's cool that it's got that sort of LGBTQ vibe about it, and there's not really any cartoons that have it.
No.
It didn't feel like the fact that we didn't see that in the episode is not a bad thing, because it's normal. Do you know what I mean? It's making it normal. It's not just like making so much of a point of it that it almost makes it weird, makes it different, and keeps pointing out how different it is. It makes it just part of life, which is what it is. So that's good.
What do you think to the art style?
I quite like the art style. I thought it looked really cool, and it does look different as well. Like it doesn't look like Adventure Time. Like it does have certain things that felt a bit like it, like this sort of weirdness of the world, which is also. But she, like Rebecca Sugar, worked on Adventure Time, didn't she?
All right, So.
And I think, is she Marceline in it?
Oh, is she?
I think so.
Isn't that? Oh,
have I made that up? I know she definitely worked on it as a storyboard
I think
artist.
it's one of the Olsens is Marceline.
Oh right, I made that up then. Sorry.
And Olsen.
Classic me.
But she's probably one of the other.
Maybe, but she's definitely.
Sure
I don't know if she wrote the songs for Marceline.
Right. Okay.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm spewing here, but she definitely worked on Adventure Time. I can tell you that much. So it does have sort of similarities to it, but
it's got that.
My problem with it is that it has the things that I stopped liking about Adventure Time. And that's the similarities I'm finding with this. But I suppose they're going to find their own audience with it, which is a different thing. And it's weird because it is so different that it's the first cartoon that I feel like I've had to approach in a different way. And it's not just like you just feel it always feels like all the other cartoons have pretty much been directed at the same people. And this you have to look at differently because it's not directed at you. Or you as a young person.
That's it.
So I don't know. I feel like I'm almost on edge.
Talking
about it, like a bit like, ooh, I don't want to get upset anyone with it. But
why is
that? I don't know what it is. Maybe it's just hang-ups or something. But I didn't think it was funny.
No.
The music's not really my cup of tea.
I don't remember anything significant
no,
about
it
the
just
music.
Feels. Do you know what? It was a bit like, it was weirdly mellow. Do you know what I mean? Just really casual. It felt like the whole thing was just casual. Just cash.
I remember there being like some 8-bit part of it, which was like, oh, this is very Adventure Time. Because they had a real kind of digitized soundtrack and stuff. But there wasn't anything that was like, oh that seems really different. Or whatever. Like it's a strange, had like a strange vibe about it.
I mean, it's definitely, as much as we keep saying it's like Adventure Time, it did also have its own feel to it. And it definitely did come up, and it does show, I suppose, that it's the first female-made show.
Three big female characters.
And it's I suppose that's the sort of alternative side of it, where Adventure Time's almost like they've got like one for boys, one for girls. And they're both for both, obviously. But primarily that's kind of what feels like they sort of did. Or I suppose one for young boys, or the other for LGBT. And anyone that's accepted. Whatever. But it was definitely had its own feel about it. But I just don't feel like it affected me in any way.
No, I know what you mean. It was just kind of easy breezy, wasn't it? Just even though it was meant to be, there was meant to be bits that were really like pulling your heartstrings and stuff. But I was just like,
I was middle of the road on all of it. I didn't really laugh. Didn't laugh, didn't cry, just sort of shrugged and finished the episode.
That's it.
But maybe it's one of those things where once you've watched loads of it, you feel for the characters a little bit more. I don't know, because they're only 10 minutes.
That's true.
But I don't know. Dun 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 dun.
My mate died Unfortunately, while we were in the middle of our maths exam, luckily, I hired Stephen's Unihurst. Thanks, Stephen's Unihurst.
Dun, 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 dun. So, the gems.
Yeah.
They are fighting for what? Do we know? Do you know at all?
No,
I don't know.
I don't know. No, I don't know if he's like got in touch with them because he's like half gem. He doesn't know what the deal is, and they're kind of like teaching him the ropes. I think.
But don't they mention they knew his mum?
Yeah,
because there's that picture in there when they're in like George Washington era clothes that he has.
Yeah. Yeah. So
and they were alive then.
Yeah. That's it. So I think that's maybe part of the gradual story is that you get to know more about his past or whatever. I'm guessing that's why a lot of people got attached to it.
Yeah,
it's got like an ongoing arc.
And it's got, because that's sort of what Adventure Time did as well, isn't it? It had that just little clues as to what's going on.
Yeah.
And at first they were throwaway.
But then eventually they sort of started to tie them up, didn't they? And I'm sure that the last series is just all
it's just
tying
completely
stuff up.
like storyline.
Yeah.
Whereas it's sort of, I don't know. There's almost like a ludicrousness that these shows I feel need, and without it they just seem a bit strange. It's just like, well, why is that? It's just like it's missing something. It's like a part of a machine. Yeah. It's like, it's like having something that needs 4 wheels, but you've only got 3, and it still runs. Yeah. But it just is weird. Yeah. Yeah. Like a dog walking around with 3 legs.
That's it.
That's what it kind of feels like a little bit.
Yeah, because it's odd. It doesn't really feel like a cartoon almost unless it's got like something ridiculous.
Because like almost why make it?
Yeah.
But I suppose when they have more action stuff in it, it makes sense.
But the episode we watched could have been like a TV series.
Yeah. It could have been easily. Like it didn't really have much going on. No. They didn't really leave and it's not like he did ridiculous things for the birthday. No. He gave them a hat. Yeah. He told them jokes. Yeah. He dressed up as a clown.
Yeah. They got up in the yard, didn't they? That's it. Yeah, it was all like...
Went to a donut shop. Yeah. It was just a bit like...
You could have had a limited set and filmed that in a day.
I suppose there was her eating that super mouldy thing that she had. Yeah. You would have to CGI something to eat. Maybe. I don't know, it just... Yeah. I can't help but feel we picked a really good episode.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, we've done it before. Many a time.
And it is something. If you're listening and you're a fan and you think what we're saying is a lot of garbage, and it's a really good show and there's a certain episode, please let us know. Yeah, we'll be happy to go over it again.
Because we'll tune in again.
Yeah, but just I felt something missing in this, and I didn't really see what the hubbub was about.
No. Yeah.
It just felt really like disappointing. In a way,
because you were kind of waiting for that hidden element that was like, oh right,
like now I see why everyone's so into it, but I really can't from what we've watched.
Because I mean, like the gems, as you said, you've got Garnet. She's just very kind of almost aggressive, isn't she? She's just like
kept wanting to
very standoffish. Just she says like one word at a time, and then just you don't really.
I suppose it's good we got their characters. In such a short space of time.
I suppose so.
That's quite good.
Yeah. So then the other one is kind of a weirdo, bit outlandish, and then there's like the straight man.
Yeah. Like seems worried all the time. Sort of thing.
Which is I guess it's all right. Yeah. I imagine they just mix them up in varying degrees to get whatever episodes out of it.
Yeah.
Right? So, but I mean, I imagine that, progressing with Stephen's story and finding out stuff about his family is probably what would drive something to, because, maybe we just kind of watched the throwaway episode and that was kind of part of it. But, I mean, it seems kind of strange that's the fact that you can age instantly would be throwaway. Like, maybe they come back to that.
Yeah, I wonder if that ever comes into it. It'd be almost even more throwaway if it never did.
Just remember that time when you turned into an old man and nearly died, and then nope.
Cool.
Bye. Okay.
Well, on that note, shall we get to rating?
Yeah.
We have a 3-point rating system here. Thumbs up, you can age down as well as up. Thumbs down, they might not remember your donut order. You know what I mean if you watch the episode. And shaky middle, my references in this segment. So good, bad, or on the fence. So, Steven Universe, your thoughts?
Well, I mean, Stephen as a whole seemed like he was a jolly enough fellow, but I think there was almost a point where it was just like it could do with toning down.
Yeah.
He was sort of like too optimistic, like Matt Damon in The Martian for me, where it's way too much optimism for his situation.
For his situation he's in, yeah.
It's like have a bit of, be a little bit depressed. Like it makes you seem more like a person.
It's like you're eating potatoes with ketchup.
Yeah, like it's
every day.
It's not that good. Like the thing just exploded. Like there's no one coming to get you. Like be upset for a second. Yeah. And Stephen wasn't like that. He was pretty much dying as an old man, and he was like, hey, it's okay.
Yeah.
So he's all right, but I mean, I think I'd probably need to see more to get into him, which is weird because you should be able to pick up a cartoon and like you want to like the person straight away, don't you?
Yeah.
I mean, I guess he was friendly enough, but it was just there wasn't anything that was like he's gonna stick out in my brain. It's like he's like a really great main character.
Yeah.
And then the others were just kind of odd supporting roles. And as far as the episode goes, not really eventful. I mean, obviously there's the weird stuff going on with his aging, but that almost felt tacked on at the end. Yeah. Because it was like he was doing all this other stuff, and that kind of happened over like the duration of like the last couple of minutes, and was like, oh, I don't really know where this has come from or what the rules are on this whole situation. So it all just kind of drifted into nothing. So as much as I like it's colourful, it's the art style is really clean, which is quite nice. Everything's quite round and pleasant. Some of that pleasantness kind of backfires in a way for me. And it's sort of like almost too chirpy. So for me, I mean, it's gonna have to be a thumbs down.
A thumbs down.
Yeah.
Oh boy. Well, obviously it's interesting because the whole thing, the whole reason we sort of went into doing this is because we wanted to see if, like, a lot of people, especially our age or older, always assume that the cartoons when they were younger were well better than they are now. So we would watch those cartoons to see if they were as good. Whereas now what we're doing is watching the ones now to see and basically comparing them to what we've watched before. And I don't think this is a very good example.
It's not, no.
Sadly. And I do think it might be the episode. But it was quite boring. I thought it was going to be better. I really did think it was going to be better just because of all the hype. Maybe it was overhyped.
Yeah, maybe that's what it was.
But I just didn't like it. I just thought it was boring. I didn't think it was funny. I didn't really like Stephen, to be honest. No. I hate it. I know it's silly, but I hated his flip-flops. really upset me seeing him wear flip-flops all the time. And it's almost like I felt like an old man watching it. You know, when you're just like, ugh. Yeah. This is crap. Like, the youth today. It felt like listening to the charts. That's what it felt like. And it also seems weirdly like parts of it are almost like, those sort of student films that are really quiet and just about young life, and they're just like understated to the max. Yeah, that's what it sort of felt like. Yeah, a bit like what's that film with Jesse Eisenberg and
Kristen Stewart?
Yeah. Funland or something.
Oh yeah, Adventureland.
Yeah, reminded me of that in a weird way. I don't really know
I know
why.
What you mean.
Yeah, and just really like a sort of I don't know, miss the mark sort of thing. It just wasn't wacky enough, I think. Yeah, which is really kind of, to hear myself saying that, I feel like a an old man producer. Make it wackier!
Yeah.
Make it wackier! But I really do think it needs to be wackier. A little bit, just a little bit. Because the characters were boring as well. Like, and again, it might be the episode, but yeah, I find myself teetering between shaky middle and thumbs down, to be honest. And I'm going to have to go with thumbs down.
Thumbs down.
Yeah. Oh,
Ooh.
sorry. Oh, boy. Yeah, 2 thumbs down on that one. But, again, if there's a better example, please send it to us, because I would happily change it if it was there.
No, we have fumbled on the episodes before, to be fair.
Yeah,
but
definitely.
I mean, a bad episode's a bad episode.
That's
at the end
it.
Of the day. Yeah.
Yeah, so too many birthdays or whatever it's called.
That's it.
So many birthdays. Thumbs down. Double thumbs down. Well, not what I expected.
No.
It's been a crazy year so far.
An eye-opener.
Oh boy. But yeah, if you really want us to watch a different episode, or really want to have a go at us for our opinion, then fair enough.
Dear Miss Sugar.
You can contact us on the 3 gems of the internet. Facebook, Instagram and Twitter at ToonJamPod, and we will happily discuss it with you or whatever. But otherwise, I hope that you enjoyed today's episode. We'll be back again, same jammy time next week. So until then, please stay jammy.
Hey everyone, thank you for listening. If you want to help the show keep going, you can be extra jammy by heading over to our Patreon page at patreon.com/ToonJamPod. Here you can get a shout out on the show or unlock bonus episodes. Ratings and reviews anywhere you listen to the podcast also really help us out. So thank you, and stay jammy.